Around the Downs is presented by White Claw Hard Seltzer.
They're gonna run just shorter field, like 10-horse fields, and that's it. He's got Cheminade and Bejarano. Scratch number 15, Carmichael. Perfect. Thank you. My name is Javier Torres. I am the clerk of scales at Churchill Downs. I love my job. My dad always told me, he said, if you love what you do, then it's not work. And it doesn't feel like work. And he's right, because I do love what I do, and I like getting up and coming to the track. I grew up in horse racing. My dad rode match races in Mexico. My older brother, retired jockey recently. I grew up in Chicago, around the Chicago area, so the racetracks around Chicago was our backyard, basically. Hawthorne, Sportsman's Park, Arlington Park. My first year working for Churchill was in 2003, and I just as the assistant. And I was the assistant for 4 or 5 years before I becoming the clerk of scales. I have to be here for scratches, at scratch time, which is normally 8 in the morning. And after we do that, around 8:30 or so, I'll proceed to the jocks room and I will mark the board being the race card for that day, so the valets know who's running and who's not running. Their primary job is to saddle the horses. Ram, did you get those blinkers back? Yeah. Okay. And their secondary job is to take care of the jockey's equipment. Okay, first race, scratch number 2, Bright Spark. Around 10:30, I'll call the stewards again so we can go over any additional changes, anything that's not correct in the race card program for the day. Ninth race, I have a rider change for the one current. The rider's going to be Chris Landeros. And then I'll transfer all that information to different various departments. The press box, the bookkeeper, the announcer. Scratch to 3, Segoy. Okay. Scratch to 4, Rump and Ready. Everybody that needs the information so it can be distributed.
Phones ring off the hook with claims and claiming races.
That last race, the one horse had 15 claims in for, and the other one had 17.
The stewards are calling down with changes. We have owners calling in wanting to change their silks. All kinds of changes going on all through the day.
Got it.
Thank you.
All right.
Okay, it's done. Half an hour before first post, all the jockeys that ride the first, second, third race, they'll be in the room. At about 12:30, post is 1 o'clock, I'll start checking the riders' weight for the first race.
1 minute, riders, 1 minute.
And they'll come up with their saddle, and then we will weigh them.
Thank you.
Every race has a condition. They'll have to carry different weights. Sometimes a 3-year-old will carry less weight than an older horse. Thank you. You can take one out if you got one in. If they need weight, we'll say add the weight. If they're too heavy, we'll say we'll take some weight out. It's to make the playing field level, basically. So that's the thought process of why we check the rider's weight. In the Derby itself, every rider has to carry 126 pounds. That's the Derby because they're all 3-year-olds. Once the weight's correct for the first race, I'll say, let's go balance, and they'll go out and saddle the horse. And then it's just a repetitive nature of weighing the riders in and out after every race.
If you're sitting in the grandstand, you're waiting for the races at half an hour between races, not in the jocks room. It's like, boom, get ready for the next race. So you don't have much time to do anything, but it's all business.
For all the races, after the race, we weighed the top 4 or the top 5, depending on the wagering gimmicks. We weigh the riders at the normal regular winner circle, which is right down there by the tunnel.
Looking at Lee, can't catch, always dreaming. Who's the 143rd winner of the Kentucky Derby?
For the Derby itself, the winning jockey weighs out by the Derby winning circle, and that winner circle is just used for the Derby only. Usually 9 out of 10 times, they're so excited they'll hug me because I'm like the first one that they come around. Only jockeys that win a Derby get to step on that scale.
What's on? Huh? You like that, huh? I'm learning.
I'm around horse racing, so and I get paid for it. So yeah, I love what I do. I think any aspect of any job at the racetrack is a good job if you love the horses and you love the game, and I do.